1970. Chapter 1. Schooling in the village has always been measured to having poor education. But for Ifenna, it was a privilege people would envy him to have. Despite the poor structure of the school building, bad and limited furniture, a library with few books, Ifenna never saw it as a hindrance to his dream. He always finds a way to defend his school each time the city hoodlums, like he always called them, try to talk down on it. Ifenna was the youngest in his class and also small when it comes to size. He is always bullied, especially after answering some questions the big boys failed to answer in class. His shorts almost had the length of a pair of trousers, while his short sleeve looked more like long sleeve on him. His mother made it that way so it could serve throughout his junior classes despite his size. She never forgets to cheer him up each time he complains about his size. She would always say, "People who look short in the beginning always grow tall overnight. So don't get bothered, okay?" He would brag to his friends how he would grow and become taller than them after writing his junior WAEC. He never felt reluctant or shy to defend himself each time they laughed at him. Instead, he would always say, "I can't waste my time talking to people who know nothing about growth. I know one day, and that would be after I had written my junior WAEC. I would grow tall, so tall that you people would have to look up each time you want to talk to me." Ifenna always made sure to carry 3 things while going to school every morning. His school bag, made from onion sack, and 2 planks. One is long while the other is short. The short one is meant for sitting, while the long one serves as a table. He made sure he is at school as early as 6 o'clock a.m. to bring out his stones from where he hid them so that Obinna, the notorious bully, won't see them. He used the stones to place his planks. Obinna made sure to carry his stones each time he finds out where he hides them and add it to his own, which is already enough for him to place his planks. He did his assignments for him on duress, recounting to him each time what will happen to him if he doesn't get good grades like him. "You know how I behave. I will make sure you leave the school for me if I don't get good grades like you." Ifenna has reported him several times to the teachers, but nothing was done. So he decided to tell his father. But instead, his father said, "Men from our clan are known for their strength. If he finds your trouble, beat him up. Make sure you knock out one of his teeth. I know you can do it, or are you telling me you're weak?" Each time his father says this, he would tighten his fist, lifting up his arm to show him his muscle and how strong and capable he is. He would always say, "I know deep down that I can beat that boy. It's just that I am waiting to add a little more inches to my height, which I know one day I will, and that day will be after writing my junior WAEC." His father would always laugh so hard each time he said that. Nwakego, Ifenna's mother, dragged Ifenna with her to the principal's office one fateful morning, boiling with anger. "Obinna has done it again." He went home the previous day with her son's school shirt when he was busy playing football with his friends at the school field. Ifenna had pulled off his shirt to play football with his friends to avoid it from being torn or stained, only to discover after the match that it was missing from the very spot he left it. He asked around and was told that his arch-enemy took it. He had no other option than to go home shirtless. Nwakego fumed with anger. "Good morning, Mr. Jonathan," she said. "I had come to show you wickedness at its peak. A student in this school went home yesterday with my son's shirt on purpose My son paraded the whole of Ani-Ife shirtless because of this boy. He has always been a pain in the neck to my son ever since he entered this school. I won't take it anymore. I will not take it this time around. It must stop today. Now looking at Ifena, urging him to talk. What is his name again? His name is Obinna, the last son of Millie, he said. The principal looked at her, not knowing what to answer her. He knew he could not punish or expel the notorious Obinna, the son of the village head named Millie. Millie of Ani-Ife, the great Dibia, who is believed to travel with light. He is known all over the village and even beyond as a great native doctor. People believed he could cure all illness with touch of his staff, which has never been proved. It is known fact that he helps other villagers to consummate and consecrate their deities. He has several backup from different politicians. The only reason some of his kids attend local school is because they couldn't pass the common entrance examination for a better school in town where one could live in hostel. Some see him as a god in human form, while some see him as an oppressor. He has 15 wives and made sure to take good care of them financially. Mr. Jonathan kept on wondering if this woman meant well for him. He was caught up in a random thought. Does she think I have such power in this place? Or is she a devil incarnate sent to lead me to his death? Or she wants him to lose his job? One letter from that man to the government, I will lose my job because everybody will testify against me. No one wants to die. I think I should tell her to go that I will handle it. He then broke the silence. Okay, madam. Go, I have heard you. I will make sure I settle it amicably. Nwakego left, assuring him that she will be back if he doesn't fix it this time. Mr. Jonathan can never forget his encounter with the village head when he came newly to the school. He had flogged his son, who was once in the school 4 years ago, for not knotting his tie. That experience gave him goosebumps each time he remembers it. Some men came and dragged him out of his office, tied him up at the village square and gave him the beating of his life. He rushed into his office, picked up the phone to call the police when he had a knock at the door. He quickly ushered the person in. Lo and behold, it was the gate man. He had come to give him the letter someone from the district office dropped earlier. He collected it, asked him to leave. When he opened the letter, he was shocked. He couldn't believe his eyes. It was a sack letter. He quickly left the office and went straight home. He woke up very early in the morning so he could get the first bus to the district office before 8 o'clock a.m. Luckily for him, he made it there before the district head arrived to the office. He was the first he attended to that morning. He greeted him while he offered him a seat. Immediately, he called his name and stated the name of his school. Before he could make another statement, the man chipped in. "Oh, so you are the one bullying students for no reason. By the way, you still have some persecution coming your way from the boy's father. He said he will sue you to court." Feeling so dumbfounded, but had to speak to save his ass. "But sir, I only flogged him for not putting on a correct uniform. I warned him several times, but he wouldn't listen to me. That was why I flogged him." The district head turned to him and smiled. "To tell you the truth, Mr. Jonathan, looking for a witness is more important than what you are saying here. Take this opportunity to shoot this bullet that is about to hit you on your head." He went back to the village that same morning to find a witness, like the district head said, but no one was ready to testify against Millie. Everybody wanted to leave and also protect their plot of land for their sons. He He went to Mazibe's house, the oldest man in the village, to help him, but instead he turned him down. Mazibe said, "I am an old man who needs some rest now, and also getting ready for my peaceful death and my transformation to being an ancestor. I don't want any death that is not peaceful. I don't want my ancestors to reject my spirits because of the way I died. I am sorry. I cannot help you," former principal of our village school. Those words still leave him in shock each time he reminds them. He never forgets the part where he said, "the former principal of our village school." Each time he gets the opportunity to recount his story to a friend who had shown interest to hear, he would always add, "These people should allow me to die before burying me. I thought they said old people don't fear death. Rather, are ready to embrace it when it comes." After 3 days, he had no other option than to beg him. He broke his wooden saving box just to have enough money to buy yam, fowl, and some other gift items so he could go and beg him. He must go with those items for him to nest in. That was 2 years ago. It never ceases to amaze Ifena each time he remembers his first day at school. It is now only a few months away to their junior WAEC examination. Yet, Ifena only added some few inches to his height. But definitely, he would not be called a dwarf. He still hoped and believed on his mother's words. She would always say, "I don't know why you are always bothered about your height. I have told you countless times that you would grow taller than your friends. It's just a matter of time."